Mm. No, I don't see it. What did I do different? Give me a second, guys. Never is good. Never. Oh, I wonder if I made it public. Share the audience. No. Scott Sarvyhead said hi. Hey, Scott. Give me 1 second. I am trying to find me on my iPad so I can see. I'm not sure why. How you doing, my man? Give me 1 second, trying to get it all together here. Well, I'm not seeing it. Apparently I'm online somewhere, but I can't find it on my iPad, so I can talk to you guys and see the questions. Disney, give me just 1 second. Technical difficulty, of course. Somebody found me, so I gotta get on there somewhere. Hey, there I am. Hello, hello, hello. All right, here we go. Let me get closer to you so I can see here. I can see the questions and the answers. Hey guys, thanks. Little technical difficulty. Hopefully everybody can see me, and we're all good that way. Let me see if you guys is that good that way. I'm gonna try to turn it. Let me see what that does. Hey Scott, I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. No, that does not work. All right, here we go. Sorry about that. All right, back to that. All right, here we go. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. It took me just a minute to get it going. So, just making sure that we're all good there. I see you, I see you. Hello, hello. All right. Did you guys see the video on the, can you guys hear me enough? Do I need to get a microphone? Let me know if I need to get a microphone. I usually have a microphone on. I literally just got done doing a Zoom golf lesson. I appreciate you guys. So let me know if you can clearly see me, hear me. This is questions and answers for you guys. Tell me what's on your mind. Thank you, Scott. Tell me what's on your mind. Let me know what you guys are wanting to do. Hopefully you guys saw my video this morning. It was early. I've been up a long time. About the gait cycle and about the lead leg motions and which one you guys want to do. Let me know what you guys are interested in seeing as well. And any questions at all that goes through this, I want to talk about this because this is my Sunday for you guys to try to give back. So I find that I'm seeing a pattern now that I can add to the learning curve, where I see a lot of people are, and this is real important, is they're really squeezing arms together like this. And I want to lead off with this because when they do this, your hands can't, no matter what, they really can't move. This left hand can't make this quarter roll, because when the left hand makes the quarter roll and swings, the forearm folds like this, like it's supposed to. See, your elbow joints, they do this, right? So like that is how the joint works in the elbow, okay? So when I do that, my hands freely move because this elbow joint moves and this elbow joint moves like this. So that puts the golf club swinging on a circular arc. And then once you do that, then you can either lead leg, which is pushing your weight into your right and pushing your weight back over and sling it that way. Or you can literally just push your weight over into your right like you're walking and then back over to your left. And I do that without a golf club because you'll see how soft my elbows are. When you try to lock your left arm, your hand can't move correctly. Your right elbow will fold into your side, and that's the only way you can get the golf club back, and your arms are tucked into your body, and that's not going to give you any power. I really want that to understand these joints have to move freely along with the joints of the knees and the feet and the hips and the pelvis. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate you guys. Yep. So that's kind of how I was leading off with this. So, I mean, I really am trying to make this super simple as I can. People are getting better and better and better with Zoom lessons with me and my video analysis site where, you know, I do the videos of your golf swing, you send them to me, and then I make a little voiceover and a video for you. So because I'm noticing more and more of these patterns where people can't make the little simple, okay, if they make that walk-in motion where you literally push your weight into your right and then back into your left, right? And if they can't do that, then most can do the opposite, which is, you know, where the weight goes left this way. So when you do that, your weight's going to go into your right. You're going to sling it backwards, push your weight back left, and then the ground pushes the opposite way. So you can't do that with tight arms. You can't do that with tight hands. And the other part of that is then you're giving up all control. See? So when I sling this back, I'm weightless right here. My hands and my arms are literally, you can take the whole golf club out of my hand because the ground's pushing me and it's just free falling down, and that is squaring itself up without me having to do anything. See? So I'm trying to teach you guys muscleless swing where when you don't have to time it, you know, and try to turn and hit. See, I'm letting the weight of this thing go by the momentum of the pushing of the ground this way with lead leg or this way with compound pivot. But my elbows and my arms are moving freely. I hope you guys can see that. Everybody can hear me? We're all good? Anybody got any questions on this? What do you struggle with? You top the golf ball, you slice the golf ball, you're fighting the shank, grip's not good, whatever it is. Would you say it's like a wild snapping? Hang on, wild snapping. Wild snapping. Whip snapping. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, 1,000%. Yes. So this, I'll come in closer for you guys can see this. So if I was going to backhand somebody with my right hand, I wouldn't do this, right? I'm doing this. See? So this is faster than you can do. So that's muscle doing it though, right? Can you see how you can still see my hand and my arm? But as soon as I put pressure into this ground with my right leg, so I go left, right, as soon as I do this and sling it back, now you can't see it. It's happening so fast you can't see it. So now again, that's a lead leg sling back. So, and you can see how much faster that is. Which is why, by the way, anybody that does do that, I'll show you. One sec. And I use the driver as an example. The driver in itself, is longer, okay? A little stiffer. This is the Slingshot. This is the only thing that I recommend for lead leg people, because when you go back and you push into from left to right, and you'll hear that snap, and that only happens. See, if I do this with just my hands, now watch. If I just do this with just my hands, you see there's no snap. See, no snap, and I'm doing it decently quick. I'm not trying to not make a snap. When my hand does this, you'll see, okay, I'm close. There it goes. You see it way late? So as soon as you put pressure into the ground and do it, now you've got a powerful snap. So when you do that, and this thing throws back, then it automatically throws you, and then once the ground pushes you from left to right, now it slings this way too. That's the only reason why I like this, is because this thing only counts it when you sling it back, and then when you push the ground this way, it slings it this way. So that's the most powerful move if you're an athlete, and if you're able to do it and you're athletic enough to do it. Okay, but that's and that's definitely for somebody more lead leg component that has equal strength left to right and pushes their weight back left. Okay, that's different than a compound pivot where you're gonna make a walking motion where you literally unweight your leg and then shift over and then here and then swing through. Let's see. I can't hit it straight or high. It's a slice and low. Hey, Angela. I hit better with a 9-iron than a 3-wood or driver. Okay, so usually what happens when you hit it, you can't hit it straight or high, okay? And it's a slice and it's lows, which means you don't have a lot of club head speed, which means that your hands are not doing this freely, and you're trying to keep the left arm straight. When you try to keep your left arm straight, whether or not, Angela, your husband, boyfriend, or teacher means well, this is not correct. This is, your arm needs to be relaxed. Can you see how that can work? So now my hand can move much freely and faster. So if I got anybody to feel anything, it would be the weight of the club swinging and not moving the arm ever and learning to accelerate the club head. Okay, so if I took all of these appendages away and only had this wrist joint to move this elbow here and come through, I could still play better golf than most. Just this little bit right here would give you a tapping action with a driver of about 150 yards, maybe even 180 yards. Just that little bit right there, because the club is accelerating and you're doing all the angles. So when you're hitting the ball, usually, and this is not a sexist thing, women have, on average, smaller hands, so it makes it harder, and on average, a little bit weaker in the hand, wrist, and forearm. Now, I'm probably talking to some professional bodybuilder, so I'm not trying to pigeonhole you, but, or stereotype, should I say, but if the golf club has a tendency to be in the palm too much, and so I want to come in real close to this. This here, this pad, has to be on top to make this hand do this. If this hand is here, now the wrist can't move and it's immobilized. And so that most women do, young teenage boys as well, people that lack a little forearm grip strength or finger strength, and the golf club will be in the way and you won't hit it and you'll slice it. You see how the face would be open this way? Okay, and you could be plenty strong enough, and you could just be incorrect in just putting it up in the palm. So just make sure that the club rests in this second phalanx, this little joint right here, and lays across the line of the pinky right here. And when that happens, now the club, now watch how fast, see, you guys can't see that. That right there. That's faster than the eye can see. See? And that's how the club accelerates. If it does anything other than this, it's deaccelerating. If you do this, you're deaccelerating the club. Hey Scott, I have trouble starting it. If I swing the club forward, no problem, but from a standstill ball, I don't understand to get the momentum. Okay, so you just have to, for one, are we talking compound pivot or are we talking the sling back? So if we're talking sling back, you're going to put a little pressure into the ground so the club doesn't move. See? So all I'm doing is I'm just putting my left pressure in my left knee and my left foot, and I'm pushing it down at that angle just about, and then the ground doesn't wait. So then the ground pushes you back right, and then the ground pushes you back left. That's what a lead leg. If you're compound pivot trail leg, you're just going to roll your right foot, which pushes your left ear, and let your left foot roll, and let your right pelvis go up. So you start the golf swing with your right foot rolling, left foot, right foot. And if you're lead leg, you're pushing the pressure down by the way, the right foot pushes the left pressure down, but it's a different feel because the left pushes, then the right, and then it goes. So you just have to practice that. A lot of people try to do lead leg, and what they'll end up doing is they do it together, and then that's of course compound. So. Yeah, it was a dead. Hey Peter, hey buddy, how you doing? Hey Angela, you're right, 1,000%. You're holding it more in your palm. That was a dead giveaway. So you're going to experience way more distance. So a great feeling that you could have, or any of you guys can have, is feel like you point the butt of the club at the ball, and then point it at the other side. So I'm not telling you how, because if you grip it in the palm and try to do that, you'll see that you can't really do it. And if you have a tendency to turn the body or keep the left arm straight, the butt of the club here doesn't point at the golf ball. So just that little bit right there will give you really good speed and distance doing this, like this, and will help build up some speed just in your hand, wrist, and forearms, Angela. Hey, Hubert. I know your lead leg swing. Does your does the left knee point towards the ball? Or does it point towards the target? It does not point at the ball, and it does not point at the target. It literally. So lead leg only, guys. Okay, and by the way, Hubert, lead leg sling back. So let's get the old slingshot, shall we? So what you're going to do is you're going to put pressure in your left, and when you put pressure into your right and then sling it back, watch where my left leg goes, guys. You tell me. My knee. Watch where my left knee goes. My left knee went out, and it went out over my big toe. Did it go over here? No. That's towards the ball. Did it go to the target? No. It didn't go to the target. So it goes this way. And the reason why it goes this way, because my head's staying on center while I sling it back. And while I sling it back, my right leg is straightening and pushing me back. Now, Hubert has a tendency to go back too straight in the right leg here first, and then tilt left. See, this is not a lead leg motion. This is just an incorrect motion. Sorry, Hubert. Yes. Okay, so when your tendency is to go right, and then to stay right a little bit, and then go left at the top. So this is more like a classic reverse pivot, because now, how much weight do I have over here that how hard is it for me to now push all my weight back over? So when you go left, right, and sling it back and have this ground push you here while the golf club is here, my knee is here, now the ground can push me back right while the golf club slings that way. So it happens immediately. So as soon as this thing is slinging back, like the backhand motion, the right hand that I'm talking about, it literally throws you back over left. Okay? And it's much quicker than what you want to do. Help you? I'm not criticizing Hubert, I'm trying to, but I appreciate you. I appreciate you 1,000% checking in. Now this is the driver one. And this is the iron one. This is a little bit easier for most people to do. So if you're a lead leg and you're a girl, no offense, Angela, or a weaker individual, this will be a harder thing for you to do, especially if you're slow and arm driven. You'll see that you don't make any noise, and then when you do, it'll pop, right? So, and it's shorter, so I don't have to worry about it hitting my mirror over here or anything like that. So I'm kind of in a little area here. Okay. So that helps. Okay. I love this thing just because it's the only thing that I've seen where it puts pressure in the ground and lets it sling back right over there. And I do have, if you type in my playlist or whatever, hey, listen, you guys saved a little bit of money. I would just tell you to get the driver. Are they expensive a little bit? Yes. Do I give you a little discount? Oh, yes. Am I trying to sell these things? No. I'm trying to tell you that this is the only thing that when you do a lead leg motion, that you'll feel it when you go that way. It's the only thing that's the only thing that teaches basically that helps you teach that motion and give feedback. Whereas if I go back with just my hands, it's not going to snap. or if I go back with just my arms, it's not going to snap. So it has to have you have to have the force to do it, to do that, okay? But anyway, if you go into my playlist and type in Slingshot, there will be one that has a code, and I think it's the same code all the time, you know, and you guys can order it from there and save like 20%. Okay, so here we go. Oh, good, man. I appreciate you, Hubert. I'm glad you're working on it. Okay, so, and I know you would be, right? So, and Hubert's one of mine that's also in the membership site, and I'm going to kind of recall it. I'm going to call it now, where people are like, "What is this membership site? You have to like join a website and all that." No, it's just video analysis, right? So it's just me, you sending me a video of your golf swing, and I make a voiceover on what I see, and then, or sometimes I don't, and then sometimes I just make a personal video for you. But I always make a personal video for you, and that way, I mean, just like this, and I'll just say, "Hey, this is what I see, this is what you're doing, and these are the drills I want you to do." That's the most cost effective way to work with me, for sure. So, other than that, I do Zoom lessons. What's up? My slingshot coming this week. All right. My issue is pushing right or open face. Driving well builds confidence. My irons, everything else is decent. All right, good deal. Yeah. So so when you're pushing right or open face, and I already know this. So Harold is a compound fit, and so trail leg. So when he shifts over, and you shift over here, the hand and arm goes along to the right. His tendency is to then kind of, and you just go right here and you push a little back into the left, like a little bit of lead leg motion this way. So what you have to practice is, once you're over here on the right, you can pick up your whole foot. Now your right foot pushes the left foot down and your head stays on center. And when that happens, the arms fall down here and then the core releases. So the tendency is that when people do it they'll get here and then they'll go left. You see how that works? So when you go left, the ground's pushing you the opposite way. Whereas what I'm doing is I'm rolling the right foot to push the left foot down, and that puts that down. Now that's two different movement patterns, by the way. The slingshot's this way, compound pivot is this way. Okay, I'm just dealing with two right now. There's 6. If you guys really want to get into it, I talk about, I do the slow motion 6 different swing patterns. Just in feet and pressure. I know it's a lot, and if you have trouble, that's the reason I'm here, and that's why I do Zoom lessons as well, because what you think you're doing are doing 2 different things. So how I'd fix him, let's do this again, let's do it together. So just like you're about to walk, okay? By the way, nothing's personal with me. People are like, which one do you prefer, and which one's faster? Possibly the lead leg sling back. But then if I make a real big compound pivot, it's pretty good too. So I can't really tell you, it's what's better for you, okay? So what I want you to do is just shift enough like you're gonna pick your foot up. So when you shift enough, put your foot up. Now swivel your hip back. So there's all your weight on your right leg. Can you see that? So then when you shift over there, now your foot's here. Now you hit the ball and your foot finishes. So practice that and breaking that little motion, because the tendency is if you go up here and then go here, now the ground doesn't care which motion you're doing. All it knows is how it's reacting. So when you lean forward into your left leg, the left leg's going to push you back. When it pushes you back, where's the club face going to be? Open. That's a no-brainer. It's easy to fix. Yeah, in your mind, you think you're pushing off your right foot. I know. That's why when you think you do, you're doing 2 different things. So try that drill and see what that feels like. Hi, I'm sorry, dude. I already know where this is going. I haven't even read the whole question. I took so many lessons and even have a simulator set in the garage, but no matter how much I practice or play, I always hit the ball low with no distance. What could be causing this? 1,000%. And I'm gonna take the slingshot away now. Okay, that doesn't pertain to it. We're doing the golf club, and thank you guys for spending some time with me just to help you guys out. So here you go. So when you lean the shaft, and I imagine you do this because people have been told to keep the left arm straight and shaft in one line. So when you lean the shaft forward like this, your club face and your forearm and your elbow angle cannot rotate. So what you're going to do, 9 times out of 10, is take the club back, and the club's going to face the ground about here. Then as you take it back, it's going to face the sky. See, and your wrist is bowed here, right? So then when you come back down, you're going to come down steep, and you're going to come out in front. Now I'm going to do it this way so you can see it. Now this is a 54-degree sand wedge, okay? With that motion that I'm describing that you're doing, is you're doing that. I'm just going to, this is a straight up guess, of course, but this is usually when people hit the ball low left. And the right hand would be underneath it, which would be a combo platter of low left and a hook. But let's just say that your grip is okay, but your shaft's forward. See, my grip's neutral and correct. But if I lean the shaft forward, my wrist bone's locked. Now watch what happens. So now when I come through, how much shaft lean is that, guys? Now this is what everybody wants to have, okay? It's idiotic because the shaft's out in front like this. Now the club can't advance, right? So the club can only do this. So that 54 degree is now like a 6-iron. So I hope this is eye-opening for you. And I got a question for you, okay? A hybrid, okay? Gonna lean the shaft forward and do the move, okay? And come back down. Now I'm gonna stop it right there, that's where the shaft is. Anyone wanna guess? Is that a driver? Is that a driver loft? Is that 5 degrees, 4 degrees, 7 degrees, maybe? 5 or 6, 7 degrees? So this is a 21-degree club that you can turn down 14 degrees. So he's better hitting a hybrid probably than he is a driver, because this is a driver. So what happens is you got to fix that. Now how you fix it is your golf grip and club being in the middle of your body, where now when you make the club swing correctly, my arm doesn't move, and now the face is squaring itself up on a circular arc. And then once you learn that, now that's a pendulum. See that? You see what I'm doing? That's a pendulum. See, I can do it with the left or the right. You can kind of see what I'm doing here. So when the club swings back, the butt of the club would point what? This is my number one drill for people who have no idea what the golf club feels like in their hands. So if you have a correct grip and you can cock it up over your shoulder like so, then all you want to do is point the butt of the club at the ball and the ball on the other side. Now watch what that looks like at impact. Slightly forward, yep, and then recock on the other side. That's going to feel real weird to you of someone who's had the club face really, really forward and shut. Hope that helps. Does that make sense? Thank you, Brent. All right, Charles. Hope all is well. So I found that if I do not waggle to set my wrists, I cannot do the underhand throw. Am I doing something wrong, or can you go over the importance of the waggle? No, that's fine. That's 1,000% great. There's nothing wrong with that. So let me explain that. That's awesome. I love that. I think it's, and as much as everybody clamors over Ben Hogan, people forget that he had like the biggest waggle of the club. Like he literally kept his hand, like he kept his grip right here and goes like that before he takes anything back. That's Ben Hogan, right? Heralded Ben Hogan. So this motion right here sets the left hand as a quarter roll and the right hand hinges back. See? So just like when you sling it back, or just like when you move compound pivot, all of those things have to happen. If you do this, then the golf club's not swinging. So, when I do this, I do a left hand, and I'll make like a little motion like this. This tells me if my grip is correct. That's where the hand, it rotates over, the club face is here, club face is square. Put my right hand on it, I do the same thing. And so now when I put the golf club down, I know I've already done all that. My hands are moving in the right spot. So now I can compound pivot, or I can throw, or I can sling, and my hands and arms are doing the same thing. I know that's happening pretty quick, guys. Sorry, I have a whole playlist on grip, where I don't want to go into too much extreme detail. But basically, the correct wrist actions happen if you just were to take it over your shoulder here and here. So when he's doing a waggle, he's feeling that. And that's resetting the throw, which I love, which is wonderful. You're welcome, Brent. I hope that helps with that. I'm sorry that you spent all that money and didn't get that wrist action quite right, but you will. Okay, so point the butt of the club at the ball. And I explained the right arm and hand to the top of the backswing. Yep. So for you, it should be, it's going to feel like, so understand that I'm talking about two different things here, okay? So for someone who is actively throwing, they are using this wrist joint here to hinge back and to wind up over their shoulder and to throw their arm. If you are a sling back, then like you're supposed to be, then you're putting pressure in that right leg bent from left to right, and this hand is just like you're backhanding somebody. And when you're backhanding somebody, the golf club just goes right over, you'll see it, right over your shoulder. Now see, I'm not doing, I swear to you, I'm not controlling anything. There's no, by the way, none of this P1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 crap. Okay, none of that. Because all that is not human movement. If that was true, then P1 address, P2 here. So that means if I was throwing a ball, I would go, wait a minute guys, I'm throwing a ball from the center field to home plate. P1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, there's no athleticism, okay? No athleticism. People, they're paint by numbers because what they've done now is the video and the pictures, they can literally go, okay, this is where the club is supposed to be in this position, and now here's what I want you to do, and I'm a heralded teacher that makes $500 an hour because Golf Digest tells me I am, and because I can go like this and I can turn down and, wow, that's great. It's crap, okay? When I'm doing this and I'm putting pressure in the ground and slinging it back, my right wrist is hinging back, my left hand backhands. This is, you've all done this. If I can do this and hammer a nail, that's what the right hand does. If I'm backhanding somebody, that's what it does. So if you backhand somebody this way, you can backhand somebody that way. Whatever you do on this side, you do on this side. Now, and I'm moving faster than most anybody. I'm 53 and swing 130 plus miles an hour, and I don't even think about it. When I sling it back like this and this, I mean that club's on. You tell me I can control anything I just did. All I did was let the weight go this way. My golf club's back over my shoulder. My hand hinged back, and the golf club pushed me this way, okay? So, anyway, that's what you do. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes, 1,000%. And it screws everybody up. Everybody up. Everybody tells you take the club back low and slow. Don't understand, okay? You can't do that. When you've got a pendulum, okay, in nature. So what you do over here, you do over here. Now that's not really slow. Like if that's a centrifugal force motion, and then all I'm doing now is putting my pressure. Well, I can put my pressure like a walking motion, or I can put that pressure in equal and opposite forces. Now, you tell me, what do you see? You see this. Now you're saying I'm left-hand dominant. I'm not left-hand dominant. I can do the same damn thing with my right hand. It doesn't matter because the joint moves the opposite way that it does this way. It moves equal and opposite, see? So it doesn't matter. I'm not left-hand dominant, right-hand dominant, or none of that kind of stuff, right? So when I teach people to say throw a ball, my hope is that you're not so mechanical that you're like, okay, I'm going to throw, right? I'm wanting you to feel like you're taking a ball from center field and throwing it from home plate there. What are you going to do? Well, you're going to wind your hand back. Well, you're going to push hopefully put pressure on the ground and wind your hand up, right? So I'm trying to get you guys to do human movement that you already do. Every single person in the world, unless you have a full man shuffle, right, walks from side to side. So that's a human movement pattern that most people can do. Now, if for whatever reason, your natural motion is this every time instead of this, then you're going to sling it back and you're going to be over here naturally and push it that way. So not a big deal. It's not wrong, right? And if I did this every time, Then when I sling it back, my weight is over where? Over on my right leg. I walk over here to my left leg. So I want you guys to really get this. I'm only here for a short amount of time. God gave me this calling, okay? Been instrumental in my life and giving me a calling to do this and to reach people and this is my gift that He gave me, okay? I don't know of any other, maybe, and if you want to, you can tell me, but I've never seen any other instructor be able to break it down where, and I'm not patting this on my head on him, giving me the tools, right? So if I'm on my left and right and doing all that, like a lot of people only know one method, one style, one way, and that's what they spent their whole life doing. I can compartmentalize all these different movement patterns with pressures and try to teach it. And so, because everybody's not the same, and so I think that's what this is all about. Okay. Does that feel pretty good? Now, I'm going to throw you a little bonus coverage. You're going to love this. Man, I got an old Nike Convert, my putter that my people did a great job giving me, and custom and all that, is I had a big tall guy, and he loved my putter so much, and he's putting so great with it, you know. I gave it to him. So I'm now using, and my hand from the floor is about 36 inches. So stay with me on putting. So for all of you people that fight max, okay? So if I keep this the same and I just move this triangle, I'm counterbalancing my weight. Now, bear with me. If I do this, and if you want to play with me on this, get up and do this. And you can even do it by just clapping your hand. And if you swing them back in a straight line, your leg will go, your weight over here and your weight over here. Okay? I'm rolling my feet. Now watch this. My right foot rolls, my left foot rolls, which moves the mass of the club away, and my right foot moves, and my knee moves and rolls through. Now what that does is that makes a consistent arc, consistent weight, and guess what else? Muscleless putting, okay? So when I'm doing this, my left foot rolls the club away, my right foot rolls through, just like in walking. Now everybody, you can't really counterbalance the forces because that's too much speed and too much force, okay? So, and on the short game shots, I would probably prefer people to have just the gentle walking motion, because if you start getting into equal forces this way and this way, it's more speed. So when I do a short game clinic, my right foot rolls, my left foot rolls, and my right foot rolls through. And so that's what makes a pendulum move. Can you see that? So this face is now moving square to the arc like this, and you'll see that angle stays the same as it goes through. Give this a try. Don't be, I know it's like the first person going through gets their nose bloody, right? Do you ever watch professional putt people? They literally move their whole mass as they go through, because they know that doing this can now push or pull putts. Now if you have the yips and you're pushing and pulling putts, it's because your mass is not moving with it. See, I'm not even doing anything. See, look, this putter is moving on its own, and that arc is staying the same. Now, nobody's hardly ever done this. I think the other person that even came close to this was David Lee, Gravity Golf. And I kind of saw that before, but Art Quick is the first one that told me, God rest his soul. He played off and on the PGA Tour, and he was one of my teachers that got me to shove it back in the day when I was 20, 21 years old. So 33 years ago, 32 years ago, something like that. That he took my club head speed from 100 miles an hour to 130. And how he did it was shove it back, pause, and throw, okay, which is lead leg, equal forces. I didn't even know what I was doing. He did. And then he taught me that he putted like that. And so that's the first place I ever heard that. Now, I don't know where that was originated from. I know Ben Crenshaw moves his legs and his feet a little bit and feels the mass move a little bit. And I know that goes against everything that anybody's ever tried. But I promise you, my hands are just dead. And can you see how the wrists are moving? Because that's the end of the pendulum. So let me know what you guys think about that. Try that. I don't say world class putter, but I'm pretty darn good now doing that little motion right there than I ever have trying to just move and keep everything still. All right, how do I fix my horrible slides? Hang on a second. How do I go about booking a Zoom with you? Hey, Brent, just go to RK Swing King. You know, you see, I don't even push myself. I try not to. Go to rkswingking.com, and then you'll see where I have one Zoom lesson or three hours, or I'll do 6 lessons for the price of 5. So I'll give you a good deal there. The more that you do, of course. If you do more than 6 on average, then I'm not a good teacher, and you shouldn't do more than that. And then most people will then do the video site where they send me I call it the membership site, but it's video analysis, and then they use the app, and so once a week or so, or you send me something and kind of keep you on point if you feel like you need that. Okay. So let me get to how do you fix a horrible slice. All right, and 2 pixel. Is my camera not good? I do iPro 17 Max, but I'm not a Pro Max, but I'm not a camera guy. I'll try to do the best I can. And let me not. I do this every Sunday around this time. I missed last Sunday because I was at the Arizona Cardinal game. Where I was seeing a friend of mine, and got some tickets there, and so I watched football instead of seeing you guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, so that's not appropriate. All right, so fix a horrible slice. All right, let's get to that. So usually what happens is grip's going to be in the palm, or the left hand is not hanging like it does at address. So when it hangs like this with no tension, that's how the hand works. If you turn your hand to the left, that rotates the forearm, bicep, and shoulder joint. And so what happens is when you come back into impact, it wants to return to where it was at address. See that? So it'll turn like that and the face opens up. So what I want you to do is make sure that the golf club, and if you go back and watch this film, and I have a grip part 2, is just put this in the second joint of the first forefinger, and it lays right across the pinky here. This pad is on top. I'm choking down so you guys can clearly see. I'm not gripping all the way at the end like this. This puts it in the palm. See? So it's going to be just enough to where this pad is on top. Now when that happens, now make this motion where the butt of the club points, and I'll put a golf ball here, and you can see this. The butt of the club points at the golf ball, and on the other side it points at the golf ball. So when you do that, you'll see how the club releases, just like that. And that's what I teach people to do for their hands and arms first, and get the feeling of the club swinging over their shoulder with their hands. And that's going to make a big difference, because if your hand is here and weak, you can't do that. Your wrist bone doesn't work correctly. Your golf club goes back and across the line, and you'll slice the golf ball. Okay? That's the number 1 reason. All right. How you doing, Ken? Let's see. I'm George Henson. Thank you very much. Question. Pitch and chips. Can I groove one swing and adjust the distance I need to different clubs? Yes. So I try to always, if I can, use the compound pivot motion, because because it's smooth for 1, and 2, the golf club will swing in a pure pendulum. And so what I'm going to do, and I'll show you. So I go right foot, left foot, right foot, and the golf club swings. Now, I can let the golf club swing further and up, and the ball will go higher. Or I can hold off the finish if I want to hit it lower. But this is also how you can hit chip shots. Can you see how my golf club works in a pendulum manner? See, like so. And so that's happening because my right foot rolls, my left foot rolls, my right foot rolls. So when you do that, your golf club will move the speed that you move everything. So if I go further back, and I'll go further through. That by far is the most efficient way, and you'll see that it just goes right up and down on a track, right up and down on a track, okay? And there's no effort involved whatsoever. It's muscleless. Muscleless is the number one thing that has to happen to be a really consistent golfer. People want to be consistent, muscleless, by far. Meaning you do not try to take the golf club back at any time or try to put the golf club in any kind of position because you have to use it like a lever, and that's muscle. So how do you get the golf club moving? You have to use the ground to move the club. So when you move the ground to move the club and then the wrist joints are supple, now you can actually hit some golf shots, okay? So that's a huge, huge breakthrough, and that's everything from putting, chipping, and all that, especially chipping. Man, when the money is tight and you've been told to do this, okay, and I have people argue with me, okay? Don't argue with me, just learn from me, right? This has its place if you want to. If you have the yips and the chips and you want to put it out front and you do this, you're just limited to one motion though, okay? And it's easy if the grass gets in between, you'll chunk it or blade it. And you got to get up and down, for $5, $10, your buddy's quarter, whatever it is. So the pressure's on. So if I'm muscleless and I just do this, my golf club is just falling. See, I don't have any. Look, can you see me controlling this club? And look where it's going to bottom out. And go right through. If you do that and you push the shaft forward, you're just going to chunk and blade shots and do you are, right? I mean, I'm a +4 or 5 handicap now, and I don't practice. You guys, I had 9 Zoom lessons yesterday on my day off. Right? I'm dedicating myself the next about 6 weeks after I leave Country Hills. I'm dedicating myself fully to the YouTube channel and Zoom lessons and the membership site where I do video analysis for you guys and giving it all for you guys. And so none of that's to impress you. It's just to impress upon you that if you do these human movement patterns, you too can play muscleless, stressless golf. Yeah, it's going to be, my stance will always be a little open, just because on a short shot, because if you set up square, okay, you asked about short game shot. So if you hit a short game shot and your feet are square, it's real hard. Now my arm can't really go down the line. So when I'm a little bit open, now my feet, when they roll, my right knee can go out and has room for my arm to go down the target line. So the closer that you are, the more open and close that you are, the more that the arm can now go. And you guys see how my arm is moving because my right foot is moving freely? See? So if I square up my foot or even close my stance, now I'm going to block out, and now I can't release. Hey, you're welcome, Greg. I hope that helps. And how you doing, Ken? Yes. So again, Zoom lessons, rkswingking.com. Membership site, same thing. You guys, any questions that you have, anything you want to see as well, I have responded to every single comment that's ever been said on my page, as long as it is a question or if it's tasteful, okay? If it is like super, obviously, I'm not even going to respond. I'm just going to delete you. And if you already know more than me, then I'll hide you from the channel because you don't need to see me anyway, because you already know better. I will respond to every single person, every single question. So let me know what it is that you don't understand. Let me know what you want to see next on videos. What it is you're struggling with. I have 70 or 80 videos now because I did a whole bunch of shorts as well. And let me know if you like the short videos as well, because I wanted to kind of just get views up a little bit more and let people see and let them know I'm there. So anyway, I hope that helps you guys. Man, time flies. 6:15. All right. So we're doing good. We're doing good. We got about 15 more minutes or so. I don't even know how did the Titans do today? How the Cardinals do today, football wise? I haven't been able to watch anything. And any questions on the Gait Cycle video that I did? Yeah. So I think you guys will like that. I think you guys will like that putting style too. Questions? Take a drink for a minute. Mountain Dew Zero. My guilty pleasure. Man, I tell you, I was oh yeah, for the Slingshot code, just go to my my page, my playlist. You type in Slingshot, it should pop up. It's on lead leg movement pattern for the discount for you guys that wanna do that, and then you'll start to get that little click that goes like that. It'll go. And I have both of them, but I would probably just recommend the driver just because a lot of people have struggled with that, and it takes more effort for it to click, you know. So that's something that I feel like that when you get this down, it makes life pretty easy. If you're a lead leg guy, if you're not a lead leg guy, then do that. Questions? Any more questions? Slicing, hooking, chunking, topping. Here we go. What T height do you prefer for your driver? Depending on the condition. Yep, depends on the conditions. The higher up that I'll go, then obviously and if I'm doing it with a driver, even you can see there's a blue T right here. So this is kind of high. So even when I'm lead leg and I push, I'm going to push and hang back a little bit more to hit up on it. Whereas, if the tee is level, then, I'll be more level through ball. It depends on the conditions, like if I'm trying to just bunt it, hit it high, hit it low, that kind of thing. Who else has all their golf clubs in a condo on a driving range right in the middle of their living room? All right, so the underhand swing is amazing. Cool, appreciate that, Charles. My miss right now is a block. Ooh, yep. Not sure if I got a heart thing there. Hang on a second. If it's a grip issue or if I'm driving my hip. Okay, so yeah, a little bit. So usually where it's going to come from is if you're an underhand thrower, make sure your left hand is in that quarter roll position. So that makes when the right hand hinges back, the left hand makes the quarter roll where the shaft's on the toe line, like so when you're winding up the throw. And then when you're here, as the arm is throwing down the line, you'll see that the arm continues to extend down the line, and the left hand turns over the leg. When you block it, then usually what happens is alignment for one, two, you are turning a little bit before or with it. So like that. The shaft's going to be behind you a little bit. So here's your checkpoint. When you're winding up your right hand and slinging it back over it's going to be over your shoulder. So just drop it straight down and you'll see I'm right on top of my shoulder blade. And if you're winding your hand up and turning, and I do that and I push it, now my golf club is that far behind me. And now when I throw, my arm and shaft is going to be out and I'm going to block it. So it's usually a path problem. And I imagine if you get your hand up over your shoulder, you'll probably be able to throw your arm down the line. Good stuff, huh? See, so when that golf club is up here, now it's on the line. Now that golf club can just fall right down the line. See? And again, I'm not doing, there's no paint by numbers. I'm not doing anything other than making sure that my joints can do this freely. Practice that, muscleless, no tension there like that. And then get the feeling of the club moving by the ground pressure. Lead leg, or compound pivot where you go right, left, and now all your weight's on your right leg, and then back over to your left. You can do either one, depends on which one you do. All right, so about a few more minutes and a couple more questions, and then I'm going to wrap this up, because when I send this under just an hour, I can forward this on to YouTube pretty painlessly, or to TikTok pretty painlessly. Otherwise, I got to go to CapCut and change it. It's an hour over, or Instagram takes forever. So I can let more people see this quicker if I'm just a little under an hour. So I hope that helps you guys. Anybody else? I'll take one more good serious question. One more good serious question. Nobody told me about any about the Titans or the Cardinals. I just have to find out myself. And thank you to my sponsor of my shafts, UST. You'll see it's on the back of the shirt. It's a pretty cool little t-shirt. So they've been really good. They've been really good to me. Scott Wilkerson's great. The UST rep hooking me up. I appreciate them. So anywho, all right, I'm going to leave you guys. Thank you. God bless you all. Go to rkswingking.com where you can sign up for all the Zoom golf lessons. Membership site, which includes basically just video analysis where I break down your golf swing, tell you what you're doing, because what you think you're doing are two different things. All right? God bless everybody. Have a great night. Thank you, guys.